and second master in 2015 from William Patterson University in sociology. I believe education is the best weapon to have it, to be able to be model for any woman. We encourage all women to go back to school or to go back to work. As you see, we get the young men to connect with the community and to do volunteer work with the official people or government to break the ice between the community and between the official. Here we have partnership with United Nations, with Oasis, Pacific County Counseling Family, and many other organizations, Untitled Chapter and Family, and Social Service. This is about international human rights in United Nations. They invite our organization to speak about international human rights and what's going on in Egypt. Working with the United Nations, we have event. We invite all young people to come once a year and to invite them to speak about their country and to give them opportunity to see what's going on and what's the difference between United States and between other countries. This is in Egypt. We have a trip to Egypt. This is the Women Economic Forum with 2020. We have this in March. And it's international. 70 countries went there, and every year we do it in different countries. So last year was in Egypt, this year was going to be in Pakistan. And this is, you see, international women from all different countries all over. We have a partnership with about 20 colleges, Montclair, Rutgers, Seton Hall, Monmouth University, and they honor us for the work which we do with graduate school and undergraduate school. Partnership with the Best Stone. We have hiring now anyone 55 and up. We hire people who are looking for a job. It has to be 55 and up, and the government will pay salary for them too. Taking care of the elderly people, and we have a special program for elderly people. One of them is the tax freeze. If you bought a house and you are receiving Social Security or you are over 55 and up, you get tax freeze, and you pay the same amount of the tax when you bought your house. And continue, we have several programs with senior citizen continuation. And we have partnership with the immigration, outreach with the immigration. We help everyone with a free lawyer if they need help with the immigration. And we have the list of the lawyers who can do all the paperwork for immigration free. This is workshop also with different schools and with the hospitals after COVID-19, but we do everything in Zoom. And this is the Congress office, Bill Buskler. He sent his staff, and Senator Melendez sent his staff, and they gave us certificate for whatever we do in the community. Partnership with the school and with the prosecutor office. We do a lot of work with the prosecutor office, especially with victim of crime compensation and with domestic violence. And this is different workshop too with the mosque. And you see women from the mosque. We encourage all women to go to speak about their rights and to go out of their houses to be doing any kind of volunteer work with the community. Different kind of event with the school, and this is with the Board of Education. We give them presentation with all the school counselors, because they can take the information gave it to the students, because a lot of people, they don't know what the surface, so they gave it to the students. And also this is school counselor for Board of Education in Battersea. This is also with the school, with the colleges. We get all this, the professor, so they can come, we have partnership, the professor come check with us on our organization, what kind of education we have, what we're going to teach the students, is this is good resources, good site, and they check on us twice a year. This is for the partnership with the Attorney General. They invite us to speak about the event with the international. I think it was called. It has a special name. It has the crime victim rights week ceremony. So we have this, I was guest speakers there to speak about why did we open this organization. And they do this once a year. This is nomination from the Superior Court judge to be on the board with the judges, represent Arabic community. So they choose one from each community to meet with Superior Court to see how we can improve the criminal justice reform. And they did. They improved it much better. They used to arrest the client and they put them in jail, so they lose their job, they lose their housing, and now criminal justice reform is a change. This is some events with different judges. We do like Black History Month, and we do the multicultural event, and different kind of event with the courthouse. Okay, this is we have like one day to go through the court and to see how is the court look like. We have a tour, and they invite us to see how is wonderful the court is inside, and all the programs which the court offer. The court has a lot of programs, so people can get benefits from, but unfortunately the young men and young women, they don't know about it, but they invite an organization like us, and the Judge Yanabiski, he is a judge who always deal with the domestic violence, especially with the young kids. We have partnership with the probation department. They sent for us a client for under management classes, counseling domestic violence, community service. We speak to the official to be able to get funding, because so far we don't have no funding. We don't have a grant. Or what we do, community effort. From our community, we didn't get any grant yet from the government. That's why we keep meeting with the official to ask them how can they help non-profit. And because we don't have a grant writer, we didn't get a grant, because we need a grant writer. And we have a grant writer, but they ask $100 an hour. We cannot afford that. Keep meeting with the official to tell them how they can help us to keep our door open. And this is some of social media. They get us and they ask us to do interview with us about the work which we do, and most of the people, they get us through social media. I put some brochure here on the table, so please, if you need also business card, there's some business card here. And this is everything, like most of our people, they got us through NewJersey211.org, because we have partnership, and they get us through Google or online, or through other organizations we worked with them before. Okay, this is also different. We give them yoga classes, it's free too. And with the school, if you have kids during the summer, we give them school camping, and it's almost free, or they pay something small, very, very small. We give school supplies. And here, when we go to trip to Egypt, we take students with us, especially with the students who measures with the history, and we take them for tour, and we visit the shelters. This is orphan shelters, and we visit different places, hospitals, to see what is the difference between USA and Egypt. To see they are like we. Hospitals there, they need some money, and they need with the shelter too. The people need a lot of stuff, because I asked the founder, this is the founder for the shelter, I said, how for the place? She said it's from the, she started with her own money. And then social service, they start to give them little bit, and if they give them little bit, they ask them to match it. It's the same, like here, or mostly. And this is some other organization. When we go to trip to Egypt too, we take students from here to visit, and there will be college credit for them as well. And there's some hospitals in Egypt too. We visit hospital in Egypt, and we visit mental health hospital, like we did here too, and we donated some money to put fan in the ceiling, because it's too hot there and they don't have even air conditioning. We help people with health insurance. If anyone cannot qualify for Medicaid or Medicare, we still give them like a program through the government. Many people, they don't know about this program. It's the dental and the medical, even if they're not documented here. And we have many other services. We give a free phone, and we give car insurance, $1 a day. And we have also the free phone safe link for anyone who needs a free phone. This is other resources for forgiveness loan. And this is we do expansionate to free lawyers for anyone has any record, criminal record. Anyone also has a criminal record and looking for a job, we help them to get a job through re-entry program. We give fresh food for everyone, and we give turkey, Thanksgiving, and gifts on Christmas Day. And this is type of the food. We believe that everyone has to eat like fresh food. We don't give canned food. We give gift card for domestic violence. Gift card comes from Stop and Shop. They give it to us, but gift card only for cases with domestic violence, because we have other cases, but we don't have too many cards for that. Casco and Win, they help us too with the gift card. This is program. If you have a house, and this house, this is before and after, you can qualify for over 15,000. This is grant from the government, and they change for you the unit, for heat unit, and the windows, doors, electricity, and all this for free. We give counseling for domestic violence. Sorry, the question?
Go ahead. Let me answer his question.
Okay.
It's a good program.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. This is counseling program. In our culture, in Arabic culture, if you have your daughter, or especially if you have a daughter, and she comes to date 1 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock at night, this is not acceptable by us. So her daughter, she's very famous from the community, and her daughter came 2 o'clock at night, so she yelled to her. The police came. He took her, put her in jail, because she doesn't know the rules here. That's why we encourage everyone. If you move to any country, you have to know the law in the country where you're coming in. So you don't put yourself in trouble. So she went to jail, and because the neighbor called for her when they heard screaming, and she slammed her daughter. And she's not allowed to slam her daughter. in Egypt, when you slam her, it's like you let her like to learn a lesson, and they take this as something. It's like to let her to be aware this is not supposed to be done. But here she's not allowed to do that. So that's why people they get in trouble because they don't know the law. Sarah, can you check what happened? Oh, okay. Okay, this is continue community service with this is partnership with Dr. Garner. I'm on the board with Dr. Garner with the financial committee, and we'll do a partnership with Patterson Community Health Center. Advocate for people who has no voice, and bank give us a reward for the work which we do with all this manager from different branch. This is our Facebook. If you can like us on Facebook or our social media and follow us, that will be great. And this is some of other service too we do with and our contact information. This is how we can help Wafaa organization. The program is depending on the volunteers. And it's not actually volunteers, it's mandatory work from the college to the students to be able to get college credit to graduate. And most of our program also have senior citizens, so they come to do the help us through the program, especially last one from senior citizen. She is the dean of the college, and she helped us. I'm sorry, I know the time, but I'm sorry. Okay, this is some other testimony. The one before is testimony on our YouTube. If you can go to our YouTube to listen to different testimony from different clients, we're not limited to certain culture. We help everyone regardless their color, their ethnicity. It doesn't matter. We help everyone. So I know that this is my family. We cannot do it without my family, without help from the community, without partnership, and without our internship, Sarah from Rutgers, and Mr. Richard, he's a board member, and he has a business, medical business. I let him to talk a little bit about the organization too. Thank you.
Now, I met Wafaa at a function, I believe it was a political function, and I invited her to join Rotary. And she did. She joined the morning club, which she's now the president. She's come a long way. And to be honest, I saw a presentation very similar to this some time ago. And maybe it's my Patterson upbringing, but I had my dad. So I'm like, that's a lot to pull off. So she started inviting me. Oh, I'm going to Senator Booker's this afternoon. You want to come? Yeah, sure, I'll come. And sure enough, you go in and there's Senator Booker, and she's meeting with him. And she started inviting me to all these different things. They actually do all this stuff. I find it amazing, and I'll tell you why I find it amazing. What kind of budget? You mentioned who pays for this stuff. What kind of budget does an organization like this have? This organization operates because Wafaa is from early in the morning until late at night. Last year, 100% of the income to this organization was $58,000. She doesn't take a salary, hasn't been able to, actually puts in her own savings. So when the Rotary Club is looking for an organization where you get bang for your buck, that you're not paying for administration, this organization, she does so much locally. It's something. She had Mother Teresa on the first slide. I tell people she's like the Mother Teresa of Northern New Jersey. She does so much for so many people, and it's her own networking. She provides all these things by networking with all different organizations of established resources and pulls them into her organization so she can give all this to so many people. I find it absolutely amazing. And that's why I personally got involved with, I'm vice president of her board. I got involved with her organization because I was just so impressed. Beyond Rotary, like I said, she certainly meets all the foundations of the Rotary Club. She's a phenomenal woman, a great organization. And again, in your thoughts, when you're looking to donate locally, and even she brings it into international, this is someone to just keep in mind, because it's a wonderful, wonderful organization. And that's the end of the formal presentation. I don't know if you have, I have a quick, or go ahead. No, I had a quick story that sort of ties back to the club, because I am from Patterson. My father was a member of this club, and my family goes back to the 1800s in Patterson. And and you see how it comes back to the club. My great-grandmother she had a farm on 2nd Avenue. She was on a farm. Her husband died. She had, at that time, 8 children. Her brother-in-law, who was a sailor, comes to take care of his brother's family. They, as a result of that marriage, they get my grandmother. Okay, now the father, who's a sailor, he puts together a rigging business here in Patterson. He put up most of the cornerstones in town, the safes and all the old banks he put in with the rigging business, and he used to upgrade his equipment when the Patterson Fire Department used to get a new team of Clydesdales. So that's how far back it goes. That company eventually became Dalzell Trucking. And of course, you've got great history here at this club with Bob Dalzell. Well, that original company of my great-grandfather's, when it sold off, it eventually became Dalzell Trucking, which comes back to a great Rotarian, Bob Dalzell. They were a great member of this club. So that's my quick little history-related story to the Patterson Rotary Club. Did you have a question?
No, only because I'm doing the minutes, I just need to clarify something. So you're recognized by the State County Freehold.
Before, and actually Mr. Richard, he's planning to meet with them. We didn't get any money from the freeholder yet.
Basically, last question. You basically work or funded by the donations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, thank you so much. And our annual dinner, which is postponed from March, we're going to do it on Zoom, October 17. If someone would like to join us, we'd love to have you.
Say that again, I'm sorry,
Our annual dinner,
my apologies.
our annual dinner is supposed to be in March. So it was cancelled because COVID-19, but we're going to do it on Zoom on 17. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so sorry if it takes so long. I'm sorry. Yeah. But thank you so much. And if anyone has any question, I will be here. Thank you. Thank you.